What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden. Today, well, I mean, it's combo season, so we got to do at least one of the combo decks. Later on, we'll probably do the other one that's been floating around, but this is the one that I came across first, and so kind of excited to be able to share this one with you guys. And it's already been out there a little bit, so this is not something that I'm unveiling, but I think I found it back in like February during the online tournament, and then first time I ever actually played a game, I think, was against this guy down here at, what was it, Easter or something?
Something like that, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I won that game actually, through like luck and happenstance.
I thought I
If
pulled
I
it off
didn't
in the
win, it
end.
was 5-4 for
Yeah,
sure.
it was a close one. It was, I think the funniest part though was because I was at the beginning I was like, all right, I got this,
Oh
really crazy
yeah.
deck. You're gonna really like this. And then, so I put down my Joshua right away. John asked for dominant initiative, plays three woes to negate my Joshua. I'm just like, all right. So then I activate my,
For sure that was the answer.
I get to my covenant with Abraham, and or my book of the covenant, my oath of purity, and bounce Joshua and play him again, and still combo off on turn one. It was
So wrong.
felt pretty good. I did have a pretty lucky draw though, I think, in like
You
being
had a
able
strong draw,
to
but
get
that's
all
the
the
great
pieces.
thing about this deck. We're only looking for a couple pieces. I mean, honestly, like before the other combo deck, really like came out and everybody knew about that. I think more than a couple people might have been on this. You were on it for sure. I totally stole it from you. I was going to run it in Type One, and I thought it was amazing. And I know there was at least a couple other people that knew about it. And it's the funny thing is you're only looking for two or three cards, and it's
Right,
just ever so slightly less than what the other deck's trying to do.
right. Yeah, so I figured out what happened after talking to a few different people. Um, so I discovered it back in February or whatever I said, and I think I'd like told Chris Fatchman and Kai about it because it was like during an online tournament we were both in there, and I was like, oh yeah, you get this like combo with Joshua and Nice to See with Foretelling Angel, and I don't think either of them told anybody, but someone later on, like one of the members of Chris's play group, came across it, and I'm sure being probably not as much of a like competitive player, we're probably like, oh, like telling everybody like check out this combo, and so eventually like I feel like it was last uh, during the last online tournament in June that Tyler said something about running Daniel Eyes to See in Type 2, and I was just like, what? Like, how did he know about this? So I was trying to keep it secret. I figured, John and I, we actually were talking about running it in teams at Nats, which I don't know, maybe we'll still do, maybe not
Oh,
with.
I've totally abandoned you for Gabe. Did I not tell you that yet?
What? Okay, all right, I see you.
Gabe and I were going to run it in teams. We still might.
All right, John is muted, and no. All right, well, if anyone's looking for a team's partner, no, I'm just kidding. Um, that's
You and
probably
Gabe can arm wrestle.
that's probably a
Cool.
dangerous thing. I got about a month and a half to work out a little bit. Yeah, that could be all right. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll get Justin to play if he does show up.
There you go.
Um,
All right, should we take a look at the deck up here? You got it
yeah,
up on Lackey
yeah,
for
we
us?
should probably do that. So in case anyone's curious or hasn't come across it yet or seen it because it's been overshadowed by a bit of a stronger combo with Love at First Sight, the combo here involves Eyes to See, this card that you can look at a hand or underdeck the top three cards of a deck. Used by an OG Prophet, you can top deck this card. And as soon as I saw this card and Joshua, I was like, there's gotta be something here. I was thinking like, okay, if I know that, Son of God is in a certain place in my deck with like the star ability on Eyes to See, I can, count the cards and underdeck so many cards to be able to draw into it or something. But it wasn't until you know, later on, when I realized that with Foretelling Angel, when you're revealing your top card and you can take it if it's a Daniel card, You can use Eyes to See to cycle through your deck. It top decks itself. You get to draw it with Joshua the Restorer, and then hopefully there will be a different Daniel, or there will be a Daniel card on top that you can take, and then once there's no Daniel card, then you just underdeck them. And you kind of just get to cycle through, get a lot of cards in your deck, and then as you can see, there's a lot of non-Daniel cards in this deck, and most of them, most if not all of them, are like setup cards to help me get to the combo faster. But then kind of the way that you close it off once you have all of your Daniel cards out of your deck, more or less all of them. You can play Delivered, or if you happen to draw into it and haven't activated an artifact yet, you activate the Bronze Laver from your deck, and then you can just underdeck all of these Daniel cards, these evil Daniel cards that you just store up in your hand, and then you basically just draw the rest of your deck, and then you can take all of the evil Daniel cards whenever you need them. So that's kind of the gist of the deck. As you can see, not running any of the Daniel Souls. They're all about acceleration and getting the combo set up, because I mean that's I don't know. I think running the Daniel Souls is definitely not as good now that this combo is here, where you don't necessarily get stuck on a Lost Soul.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, the Daniel Souls are good in like a true pure straight Daniel deck. In
Right.
this combo oriented version, very similar to the other combo deck, you need to grab certain pieces: Exiles, Remnant, Prosperity, Hunter. The consistency package is what you have to run in order to make sure that you can go off turn one, because this deck can deck out on turn one if it hits everything right.
Right.
I would say, in testing with it, turn two is more typical. I find I have to use Delivered to grab various pieces semi-frequently, so it's not available to activate Bronze Laver and stuff like that. You can also hit dead patches, because it does run a lower frequency of Daniel cards than your traditional Daniel deck. If your deck is divisible by 3 and every third card is a non-Daniel card, you hit that dead patch where you flip through your entire deck and nothing that you ever see is a Daniel card. So there's
Right.
enough resets with angelic guidance and things like that that you should be able to do a shuffle there and change that up. But I do see that happen semi frequently when I do draws with the deck, that I hit those dead spots, and then I'll grab a couple more Daniel cards after a reset, and I'll have to reset again. So turn two is more typical than turn one in my experience playing it.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And I think also at a certain point, I think you have to kind of be careful if you're hitting those dead spots where, I mean, it's bound to happen, because you get to a card, you put 3 on the bottom, and then you just take the next Daniel card until you get to a non-Daniel one. So then when you're putting them on the bottom, every third is going to be a non-Daniel card. So what you kind of have to do is, if there's a certain Daniel card you're looking for, like maybe one of the you know Summon in the Banding Chain or Servants by the River, especially to get that protection, make your a stronger rescue, or maybe Faith Unbowed or something, then you kind of want there to be a non-factor of 3 in your, or non, what's the word, multiplicand.
Yeah, you want to be at 25, not 24, because
Right.
then you'll get to see different cards every cycle through,
Yep.
and then you just keep going until you see the one specific Daniel card that you're looking for, be that one of the Banding Brothers or the Faith Unbowed. Those are kind of the ones that I look for. There's certain cards that I know that I need to get in order to be successful, and so I grab those first, and then I clean out everything else.
Right. So a few of the odd choices, I guess, to talk about before we get into the game here. Chariot of Fire is one that is, it's kind of a toss-up whether this should be Son of God or not, because ideally, I mean, if you can go off on turn one, or at least get a strong enough rescue put together so that you're just rescuing a lost soul every turn, then you kind of want to incorporate enough soul gen that you'll be able to keep on making those rescues, and Chariot of Fire makes it so you don't have to generate quite as many lost souls. And there aren't a whole lot of Soul Gen pieces that fit nicely into the Daniel deck. I think it was Chad France that um, was running Large Tree with Majestic Heavens, which is pretty sweet because you can grab Large Tree with a Daniel, or it's a Daniel card, and then you can find your Majestic Heavens, and
Helps you reset the deck too.
right, yeah, you shuffle the deck, and then you can create a Lost Soul token by putting something in there. Top deck a good card, you can draw it with Joshua, so we put lots of nice targets in here with like Noah's Ark and Storehouse. And then also Hopper in there if you need it to put it on top, and then you'll be able to draw it with Meshach when you attack. So
Yeah.
definitely a lot of good Soul Gen pieces in there, but not necessarily enough to always make Chariot of Fire worth it. Um,
I'm playing Son of God
but
in my version of it.
yeah, I
The
mean,
ability to negate a soul is just too good for me to give up. I see the argument for Chariot 100% though. Totally see it. I think you can't go wrong playing either one. I've just found that typically the Majestic Hopper combo there gives you 2 souls to rescue. If your opponent doesn't draw 3 souls with as much drawing and people trying to play Lost Souls out of the decks as there is these days, like the chances of you losing because of a soul drought piece, it just feels fairly low. So I play Son of God because there are certain Lost Souls like Distressed that are pretty painful for this deck to try to deal with otherwise.
right, yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably fair, and I would probably just test it both ways. And I mean, I think running into Distressed is kind of the most problematic, as Three Woes is pretty much the only way to stop it at this point. But can it keep up with the Throne deck, which is what John is playing in this case, is his Throne deck that he ran at Nationals last year, right?
Yep. So it's a throne deck. It's kind of the evolution, not evolution. Honestly, it I took the defense from my 2019 deck and my offense from my 2018 deck and smashed them together. And I didn't do great at nationals last year because the meta had like sped up even more than I thought that it had. And my deck was like slow for a throne deck, which is
Right,
just kind of weird. And the meta shifted last year and is still kind of there to where A, people aren't playing a lot of evil enhancements, and B, people are playing things like Jeremiah to toss an enhancement. In the Daniel band, you've got the one Daniel dude that prevents the next enhancement. There's all sorts of stuff like that floating out there where you need like 2 or 3 enhancements in order to actually block effectively, unless you're using like auto block characters or something. And so my defense just doesn't quite work the way that I want it to, the way that it kind of did in 2019, before people were really playing the Jeremiah stuff and stuff like that. Single enhancements were a lot better that year, and I just didn't realize that. So it didn't do
right,
great last year, but it holds its own.
yeah. Which is actually one of, I mean, I feel like that kind of makes Gabriel even better in this meta. I mean, he
Oh, for
fits in the
sure.
Daniel deck, and I probably wouldn't play him in any other deck, but he works pretty well in this deck particularly.
And if somebody was crazy enough to pull a Josiah and build the mono silver angel offense, he's totally a lock in that one.
That's true. Yeah, you can use the New Testament one in that, and hit their good enhancements too. But
Like love at first sight. Ooh, that's a good counter.
it's true, except for they put it in reserve, so
Like you can hit their creation. You got choices.
that's true. That's true. Then you just got to go first.
Right. That
uh,
is the thing.
this should definitely
Hmm.
be all the curses, I think. Negating neutral cards such as Distressed, also Golden Calf, um, and all of your opponent's lost souls and the acceleration kind of stuff. I think that's just like good enough to justify a spot over Lacking Prophecy, which was kind of in here as like a utility if I needed it as an artifact to kind of limit my opponent's interaction, and also as a block off of Conjurers. Um, but I don't know. Not having
Yeah.
anything to go for in reserve with Conjurers is probably okay if I'm getting all of the enhancements from my deck. Hopefully.
I think Lacking Prophecy is a solid card for sure. I totally understand the logic behind having it.
Yep.
But just there's so many neutral cards these days that are so important to what people are doing. and just being able to respond to those even in a way like all the curses or something like that is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Plus, if I remember right, you had an interesting turn one where you had to use, not had to, but you used endless treasures and lacking prophecy just kind of like went to your hand, which just kind of feels a little awkward.
Right. Which I mean, like it's still a decent like enhancement for blocking with profits everywhere. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess if your opponent knows you have it, then it's a little less, you know, exciting. I don't know. Less likely to get a block. Um, I don't know. Maybe coming with David is expendable here. It could be replaced with all the curses, just so I have two options. Gets me
Yeah,
more
I
drawing
mean,
with endless treasures later
Gets
on.
you Coming with David gets you a profit for Eyes to See turn one, which
Right.
feels pretty important. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, coming with Abraham can grab you Noah to do the same thing if you have another way to get Joshua out. Just kind of depends on exactly what you hit. I find, especially in combo-esque decks, which is what this is, it's a combo deck, flexibility in how you can get to your combo is pretty important. If you're rigid, it's much easier for the opponent to disrupt what you're attempting to do. So having multiple options and ways to get to the necessary heroes that you have, frankly, just having the Oath of Purity to bounce a Joshua if your opponent tries to answer with woes, like it's things like that that
Right.
really make a combo deck, viable and sustainable. Because honestly, like I swapped some cards into my deck because I knew I was going to play against this, and I wanted to, have more options against it. I wasn't playing Chronicles last year. I don't remember what I was playing. I was playing Shipwreck because I thought I'd shipwreck opponents, opposing thrones, and like roll over them. But people had like
You
moved
realize
on
throne
from
didn't
thrones.
actually matter.
Right, yeah, the throne didn't actually matter in the decks last year, the way that it had in previous years. So Shipwreck was totally the wrong choice. So
Right.
I switched in Chronicles, knowing that if I see Jaden drop heroes on the table, I can drop a Chronicles turn one and negate good enhancements, and now his Eyes to See doesn't work. You know, he
Yep.
can look at some top cards like once maybe, and then I play it after that, and doesn't do anything else. I'm playing a Woes. I'm playing Martyr, which I was playing last year, which was also just a bad call. But it's a good call this year because if he doesn't have his, not this year, it's a good call against this particular deck if he doesn't have his arc down yet.
Right.
And again, if you know what your opponent's doing, you can just martyr an important hero in territory, which is not typically how you would use that card, but
Yeah.
it would have worked in this situation if it had come up. Um,
Yeah. I
so
almost thought about sliding in a Eternal Covenant in reserve
mm,
here for this game because I was pretty sure you were still on Martyr, and if you martyr Joshua, then you kind of just you know disrupt the entire combo because there's I don't think any other way to get him back here.
I really like the Confusion Foretelling Angel. I think that's a solid play against this deck.
That also does work. But I mean that's assuming I don't go first and get Foretelling Angel down
Right,
very
exactly.
quickly.
And so, as it relates to combo decks, before we get into our game here, which we'll get to in a moment and show you that, I think we've mostly wrapped up deck discussion here.
Yeah.
Just a general note with this combo deck that I think is very viable, the Love at First Sight combo deck. I think as players, it's important to know you need to study these decks. That's why we're putting them out here, is why we're doing games with them and stuff like that. Because if you know how a deck wants to operate, it is so much easier to attempt to disrupt it.
Yep.
We played a game last night before we recorded this game tonight, and I won pretty handily. I should have absolutely smoked him, but I made some silly misplays. But it worked because I knew what Jaden was trying to do. And obviously, it's a little bit of a setup because we knew what deck we were trying to show off on stream. But if I sit down across from Jaden at a major level tournament and I see one or two cards come out, I've got a pretty good idea that he's playing this combo deck, or he's playing the other combo deck, or he's playing a straight up normal deck that doesn't have a combo piece to it, and that changes my responses and the cards and how I have to use them. In order to defeat a combo deck, you do have to make some choices that you wouldn't typically make in a normal gameplay. In the game that we recorded last night, that hopefully you'll get to see part of, we didn't have my audio for it, which is unfortunate, and why we're not using that one instead of the one that we're going to use here for you.
Yeah, this one shows off
Jaden
the deck a
dropped
little better, I think.
Yeah, the game tonight definitely showed off the deck a little better. I hit every counter that I needed last night, but Jaden dropped Come with Abraham turn one, and I immediately dropped Chronicles, knowing that that was the right response. If I can stop him from going out and grabbing the Joshua, I
Yep.
delay him, and so that slowed him down a turn, and then I was able to set up a defense. And if you have turns and time, that is enough against most combo decks.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Um, I think, I mean, so setting them beforehand so that you know what kind of cards you need in your deck, and then also so that you can respond during the game. Um, yeah, I think later on, I don't know, maybe at least by next week, I'm gonna be putting out a Love at First Sight counters video to kind of give you guys an idea of like here's a big list of cards that you can try to include in your deck that will help you, you know, counter or even just recover from Love at First Sight. Um, so we're getting these combos out there, and I think that that's the interesting thing now that you know this deck is out there, and then you know Jay and Jeremy and you know Chad and Joe that we're all working on the creation version of a Love at First Sight, put that out there. So now you know if it just went straight into Nats without being you know spoiled or anything, I think it would have done you know would have just plowed through the field of other players. But now it's going to be interesting because there are you know lots of or everyone's trying to figure out how to counter it. So it'll be an interesting Nats, I think. Um,
Oh, definitely.
but without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the game.
Cool. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hmm. Well, it's a lot of lost souls.
There are some souls on the table.
Um, well, I guess I've got a couple star abilities that I'll do.
Okay.
Let's do delivered. Discard your top card.
Oof.
Seems alright.
That's unfortunate.
And then Emmaus Road. We'll look at your hand.
Okay. Flying Prophet, Sheol, Gomer, Council, Medium and Endor, Jehoshaphat, Serpent, Solomon, the Wise.
Interesting. This is a hand where I would almost let you go first if it weren't for Sheol.
Yep. Kind of what I figured.
Um. All right.
Good.
Yep. Let's go ahead and use my. Or wait, do you have any stars? I guess you have Jehoshaphat.
I have Jehoshaphat, but I'm not going to use him, so go ahead and do your souls there.
All right. I will. Let's do Hunter first.
Mm-hmm. That looks like a perfect draw there to me, from what I can see. You have Emmaus in your hand, and you're able to go get 2 heroes with Remnant and Exiles.
Yeah, that does look like it might get us there.
So I'll just sit here for a while, and you let me know when you're done.
And
Unlike last game, I didn't draw Chronicles or Christian Martyr to immediately disrupt you like I want to.
right, or falling away.
Yeah, because it was sitting on top of the deck.
I think I will. Yeah, might as well use Prosperity. I think I'm gonna discard Nevi's Pride.
Yeah.
Draw 2. And we'll use the Remnant and the Exiles. We'll grab.
I think the Remnant technically activated like when you Put it in play with the hunter, but whatever, it's all good.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Because the exchange
Mhm.
would go, yeah.
Right. So that
Well,
would have happened before your prosperity, but it doesn't matter.
right. Wasn't going to change my decision.
No, no, that
um,
has very little influence on what you're doing here.
yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't think I have any way to deal with shields, so I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
Um, the awkward part here is your distressed lost soul.
Say, do you have a way to deal with my distress lost soul?
Um, that's what we gotta figure out. All right, let's start off with coming with Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
And grab Noah. Put down Abednego. Play Eternal Judgment is good. I will play Fifth Seal. And we'll grab Angelic Guidance. We're going to search again, so put down Noah as Meek. Play Angelic Guidance. I've already seen your hand, so we'll skip that part.
That's cool.
um, Wonder if this needs like a all the curses in reserve.
Just in case.
Yeah. Let's. I think we're just gonna grab Michael with this one. And then we'll play a wheel within a wheel. Guess I probably should have just done that first. Grab Foretelling Angel.
Mm-hmm.
And see what we get on top here. Daniel's Prayer. And we'll take that one. Covet.
That is not a Daniel card.
Indeed. Yeah, this is just not the best here. Let's play Emmaus Road.
Emmaus Road going to the deck. Okay.
Yeah, I've got Ice to See in the deck right now.
Oh, see, I thought that was in the reserve.
Yeah, it was initially, but well, actually, I think
Gotcha.
it was initially in the deck, then I moved it to reserve, and now I think I want it back in the deck.
Huh.
I don't know.
Can't decide.
Yeah. We'll see if it pans out. Oh, that's a Daniel card.
That is a Daniel card. That's a pretty good Daniel card, actually.
Yeah, we'll take that Daniel card. That's also a Daniel card. Take that one. That is not a Daniel card.
No, it is not. What kind of a card do you want, though?
Yeah, it would be so much better if it was a Daniel card. Alright, so Lying Prophet, Gomer, and one other evil character that I don't remember, but I don't think matters. Oh, Medium and Endor, that's right. Guess that sort of matters.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you were going to forget about that one, because that one definitely kind of matters here.
Yeah. Alright, maybe we'll draw something here if we go delivered. We'll get the Endless Treasures.
Mm-hmm. Just think, if you hadn't all the curses in your reserve, you'd be fine here.
I know, that is what I was thinking.
Card is underrated.
Instead I've got Lacking Prophecy, which I don't know if has really ever been all that useful.
Not for what you're trying to do, I don't think.
I mean, I guess the idea was kind of just to like limit the amount of interaction.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think in this case
seems
it
okay.
Goes to my hand. So
yep.
I'll draw two. Got a book on top.
Not a Daniel card.
Not a Daniel card. Alright, let's go ahead and play Love Righteousness. We'll find a white hero. We're gonna grab Shadrach.
Yeah. You know what I think the cool thing is in the current meta, I don't know that you have to go off super crazy early on, because the band itself is pretty powerful. If you just push the band and you're preventing the next enhancement that they play, you're negating a bunch of evil characters, and you're protected from discard stuff, like that's strong enough on its own right there, honestly, with people playing only a couple evil characters and not a whole lot of enhancements. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. That might be enough right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's, definitely something that, like, people have been splashing into their decks and stuff, too. Like, just seeing, just, like, playing a white deck with a Daniel band in it. You know, not even really a dedicated Daniel deck.
Right.
We'll go ahead and grab this Gabriel here. Maybe we can start picking off the evil enhancements. Top card. That's a Daniel card. I don't think you have any way to negate my characters, so I'm good just taking that. That's not Daniel.
Frankly, it just shows you kind of how crazy busted we've made territory class cards in the past couple of years. I mean, you're on your first turn, and it's taken like, I don't know, 10 minutes, and you're plus, what, 8 or 9, even without the Daniel cards?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's, using all the resources, I guess. Like, I've got
right.
5
territory
class enhancements.
So you're plus 3 just from your souls. You're plus another 2 from Endless Treasure, so you're +5 right there. And
Yep.
you played, what, 6 character class enhancements that were all +1 chained into each other?
Right. And now the trick is you got to find a post-exilic hero that can get banned to the Daniel chain. So that I get Joshua in battle.
There you go.
Um,
I figured you were just gonna push solo Noah at me.
oh, not with Lying Prophet in your hand.
Oh, come on.
Alright, well, let's
Come on.
put down
I'm just gonna block with medium and exchange him for fifth seal. It's fine.
Well, medium's not CBP without King Saul out.
That's why I need you to attack with Noah.
Oh, right, just Meek, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I kind of want... Oh, man, that's... No, I'm not afraid. Maybe I will just attack with Noah. Nah, probably not worth it, but I'm going to go to my rescue here with Shadrach, protect my Daniel humans from discard abilities. Ban to Bendigo. I think I'm going to leave that on top. But we'll protect Lost Souls from evil cards. Ban to Daniel. And then ban to Gabriel.
Which one you want?
Let's see. It's
on confusion, or you
working,
want Reap the Whirlwind?
Reap, DOU. I suppose Persian.
Yeah, technically you can target Persian Horsemen too, and my Delivered still in there.
And you do have the Endless Treasures in there now, so Delivered is actually a...
I do have an Endless Treasures in there now, so that's a thing. I think those are your choices there.
Yeah, looks right.
Looks right.
I think we just go with the... I think at this point we just go with the Reap.
I'm going to block with Lion Prophet for the draw, so what's your hand look like?
Yep, Coming Prince, Winged Lion, Chariot of Fire, Eyes to See, Balaam's, Mene, Large Tree, and Lacking Prophecy.
So that's 4 or 5? I can't see the cards very well on your screen.
4.
4?
Silver, purple, green, white. All on Coming
White,
Prince.
yeah. I couldn't remember if Coming Prince had silver or not, so that's why I thought it might be a 5th one there.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your defense is Lacking Prophecy and Large Tree with the demon dude?
Yep, Winged Lion, and then, yeah, Balaam's Prophecy's in there too, but, you know.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Alright, there's the Lion Prophet, so we'll draw 4. Finish?
Sure.
Okay. What's Joshua's exact wording over there?
If we go to Guardiona's top deck, you may draw 1. I assume you don't care about the attacking part. Cannot be negated in battle.
Okay. DBN in battle. Well, do we want you to be able to do your combo here, or do I think I'm going to need the Wicked Soul later? You can have Wicked.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it. thought about it, but unfortunately.
All right. What do we want to do here? I think I want to do Mene Mene on Daniel.
Okay.
And we're just going to do 4 cards. I think we'll go ahead and do these 4. Both the Purity, Covenant of David, and Storehouse and Noah's Ark.
Yep. You're going to shuffle all those up there?
Yep. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3.
3. Covenant with David.
Ugh. That's unfortunate.
I think we're just gonna grab these 2.
Grab the 2 fortresses? I was really hoping to hit one of those. Either one, I really wouldn't have cared.
Right. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and put those down.
Watch you might.
Then I think that's gonna be it. Draw anything good?
No, not really. No, not really. We'll lay down a Sheol. And we better play a character to activate today. Lay down a Gomer. We're going to toss down a Solomon the Wise. Get him pumping there. We're going to activate Endless Treasures. Underdeck that. Activate a Gideon's Ephod.
Cool.
And drop 2. And Isaiah. Arc is harm, right?
Yep.
Okay. Jehoshaphat. Here, I'll play him in the middle. I keep forgetting about that glare thing.
Sure.
Jehoshaphat will bounce your Jeshua.
Okay.
Then we're going to ban to David. Going to ban to Ishmael. Draw 3.
Oh, here come the Lost Souls. I was kind of hoping to keep you with just Distrust.
Yeah, were you? I believe that.
So I decided to go on Underdeck with a shield. I'll just have to use 4 search abilities and...
Yeah, there you go. That sounds about right. Exiles. We'll grab an OT artifact. How about that one?
Okay.
Flawless on myself.
Man. Just think if I had all the curses active right now.
Right? That'd be so good. I think we'll take the confusion. Remnants. All of your dudes are protected. So I guess we'll go to reserve. Grab Angel of the Winds in case that's for relevance.
Yeah, wait, which one did you take with Lawless again?
Confusion.
Okay.
Okay. So then Ishmaya is going to ban to Behu, who will exchange for Isaiah.
Seems good.
Seems okay.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be good enough.
Okay.
We'll give you this prosperity, I suppose.
Yeah. Brought the T land into play. Face down artifacts. Drop a couple more evil characters down in case you decide to run some shenanigans at me.
Oh, I always run shenanigans.
Throw that to Elijah.
You know, I feel like Fight by the Numbers Lost Soul might be good in this deck too.
In your deck?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's like if I just get all my Lost Souls out in the same phase, then
Right. Tough decision here. We'll discard. I think we'll discard Council. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Don't think I'm gonna use Awake, but I am feeling this darkness. Oh, see, does my top card get revealed before I search? I forget how that works.
I think it's always revealed. So I think it's revealed, and you get to make your choice of whether or not to search based upon that knowledge.
Okay. Well, that does make it more interesting, but I do think I'm still going to Sheol. Why do you do this to me?
Sheol is a thing.
You've got the confusion in hand, which I guess isn't the worst.
Not at this point, it's not.
Yeah, unless you also have woes, I suppose.
Unless I also have woes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and use the darkness. Oh, okay, wait, no, never mind. You've got distressed. That would just negate my merchants. That's not good. Okay.
Yeah, that would be less than ideal for you.
Yeah. Um, Alright, upkeep. I do think I'm going to use that one, though. I'm going to take my Oath of Purity with Storehouse.
I'm going to underdeck my Lawless Soul.
Okay. And let's take Nebuchadnezzar. So David.
That's not a Daniel card.
Nope. That's the thing about this deck, it really doesn't actually run that many Daniel cards. I mean...
No, it doesn't.
Compared to most Daniel decks, I guess.
Right. Compared to a true dedicated Daniel deck, it does not run that many Daniel cards. The difference is probably only 6 or 7 cards.
Right. Don't need that. Let's... put down a couple artifacts. We'll put down Majestic Heavens. And yeah, I think that actually is worth it. I'm gonna put down Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay.
I'm gonna put down, or I'm gonna place large tree on him. Search my deck for a site, which I will not find.
Now he can't be ignored,
Yep.
and he gains 1/1.
Yep.
Every turn.
I'm gonna probably have to go get my dice here. It's gonna get
Probably. Could.
Or it's just gonna
You might
die
live
to
for
Jehu. That too.
You might live for a few turns here.
Alright. So banquet on top. I will take that banquet. So woe's on top.
There you go. That's the card you need.
That is the card.
You got a way to draw it?
That is the question. Ooh, good news. I'm gonna activate the bronze laver.
That'll do it.
And we're gonna underdeck. I think we're gonna do these three. Lacking Prophecy,
Okay.
Winged Lion, and Banquet.
Cool.
Draw 3. Hunter. Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
Here it is.
Well, let's play 3
What you've all
woes
been waiting for.
as... I feel like I'm going to want it as evil. To negate, let's go with Distressed.
Okay. I get a T land trigger. I'll draw one from the bottom.
Cool.
Does my replacement draw come from the bottom or the top?
I want to say bottom.
That's what I think too. Okay. And then I'll lawless myself. Wow. That is a stack of cards.
Yeah.
what I want. I think we have to take. Yeah, I think we have to take the DOU here.
Okay. Alright. Well, that, guess that means we're putting down Joshua. And I am going to play Eyes to See on Daniel. Underdeck the top 3 cards of my deck.
Okay.
And top deck Eyes to See. Draw it with Joshua. Hey, look, a Daniel card. I'm going to take that Daniel card.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to play Eyes to See.
I'm shocked.
I'm going to underdeck these 3 cards. Top deck Eyes to See, draw it. That is not a Daniel card. I'm going to play Eyes to See. I'm going to underdeck the top 3 cards in my deck. Top deck Eyes to See, draw it. That is a Daniel card. I'm going to take that to my hand. That is not a Daniel card. Let's play Eyes to See. You weren't shocked this time.
I wasn't shocked this time.
I'm top deck it, draw it, play it. Not a Daniel card. Alright, we're back to Hunter.
Is that where you started?
Yep. So we're gonna have Angel of the Lord on top here. And I'm gonna put down my astrologers. And I'm gonna play Balaam's Prophecy. Reveal my top 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No star cards for me to take. There are 2 good cards, so I'll be able to draw 2. I think we're going to put them in this order here. Draw 2. Oh, look, a Daniel card. I'm going to take that Daniel card. I'm going to take this Daniel card. We'll go ahead and put down Babylonian Merchants. And then I'm going to play Eyes to See. Underdeck these top 3 cards. That's a Daniel card. Guess I'll take that.
What's your hand out there, Jaden?
Not too big. We're only at 10.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. We'll take Daniel's Guardian. Mace Road is on top. I will put down Conjurers. I'm going to play the Coming Prince. Top deck a good star card from discard pile, which will be delivered. So I will draw from Joshua. I'm going to play delivered, activate an artifact from my deck, which will be book.
On your search, I'll underdeck my Distress Soul.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see, top card. That's a Daniel card. We'll take that one. play Eyes to See. Underdeck those. That's a Daniel card. I will take that one. That's a Daniel card, which I might leave on top at this point. Let's put down David, down Servants, or Daniel's Guardian. We'll put down Servants by the River. I'll take Banquet. Gotta be getting close to our last friend here, Mishak. Eyes to See. Nope. 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 There he is.
There he is. Here's our friend.
Alright, Mishak, you're coming with me.
Is that back to Emmaus Road on top there?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So I think good to go ahead and attack here. Unless actually yeah, I'm gonna activate Oath of Purity. I'm going to bounce my Joshua and my Noah. Actually, nope, I want to put Joshua down. Okay. Then I will make my rescue. We'll start off with Shadrach. We'll ban to ban to Abednego, underdeck Emmaus Road, and we'll top deck cast into the Lion's Den from reserve. We'll ban to Mishak. I'll actually not draw one. Then we'll go with Daniel, Servants by the River, and I think we do Gabriel. Yeah. We're gonna take a peek through your deck again. Mostly just getting distressed off the bottom.
Delivered, lurking. That's it, I believe. Yeah, Horseman, delivered, and lurking.
Let's do delivered.
Okay. So here's my question. I have 2 Sheol triggers and a T-land trigger. Sheol triggered, then T-landed, then Sheol did again. Do I perform them in that order or my choice since they all happened in your attack?
Well, I'll make it easier that Abednego is protecting lost souls from evil cards, so...
Oh, okay. Cool. So I just get a T-land D1 then?
Yep.
Okay. I can live with that. That's way easier. Just wanted to see if I was going to get a another lawless trigger there. I've gotten a half dozen already this game.
Yep.
All right, so we'll draw one off the bottom.
Not a bad combo.
Nope. So we're protecting like all sorts of things here.
So protected, Daniel humans are protected from discard abilities, protecting lost souls from evil cards, preventing the next non-Daniel enhancement, getting Fortresses, evil characters, and NT enhancements. Servants by the River, protecting lost souls and Daniel human heroes from lone evil characters. And Most of that is CBN. I guess this part is CBN.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, well, I guess this is my best bet. Yeah. We'll block with Necromancer,
All right.
and your deck is protected from discard because of TFA.
Yep.
But we will we'll banish Flying Prophet to look at your hand and draw X.
Right. Why did I bounce my Noah?
Ooh, goody! I wasn't even thinking about Noah. I was thinking about the 4-color other one there. Okay,
Well, I played that one.
Sign me up for that nonsense.
Oh boy.
So what's that? A D9 for me?
Yep. Well, as long as you got 9 cards or nine slots open in your hand.
I'm at 10 actually, so that's a D6 for me.
Not quite as good. But you know.
What all evil do you have in your hand right now? Bell's Banquet and Head of Gold.
For enhancements, yep, those two.
Okay. So I'll take my D6 here. See if there's anything good. All right. You can work with that. Einish?
Nope.
Oh, playing the Angel.
Yeah.
So I get a T-land trigger. Oh, wait. I'm at hand limit. Somehow I'm at hand limit and you're not right now. What's wrong with this picture, James?
Because I put all my cards down.
You can have exiles.
Cool. Okay. Let's get that Noah out of my hand.
I have Dominish.
Sure.
We're going to play Son of God, Second Coming, Son of God, and pick up the Exiles and the Remnant from you over there, please.
Yep. Puts you at 3. I'm going to put down Soothsayers, and we're going to name 3 Woes.
Okay. I have 3 brigades in play.
Yep, looks like it.
Okay. Set aside Deceiver. Set aside David's Proclamation. I think we're going to set aside Martyr. I just don't think it's going to do enough.
Seems fair. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay. So I get to draw 3 because I got to set aside 3 cards.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So now what happens if Soothsayers left play right now?
I think that those cards go back to my hand and one of them gets randomly discarded. I don't know.
That'd be a play. You just
that would be just like the most pro level play of all time.
Your opponent really has to play a card and they've got like 7 brigades out, so you just play Soothsayers, make them set aside 7 cards, then put them at hand limit. Angel your own Soothsayers.
So that's a throne. down a Melchizedek. Play a Faith of David. I guess I missed my Solomon upkeep trigger, but I did like literally just look at your hand, so that shouldn't matter.
That my storehouse is active now.
Oh, your storehouse is active now, right? Good call. It's only not active in battle.
Silly Daniel.
Silly Daniel is silly.
Maybe I should put King's Pomp in here.
There you go. Alright, I'm gonna go to battle if you're cool with that.
Yeah, it seems fine.
Okay. We're going to attack with Jehoshaphat, and we will bounce.
Nebby.
No, I think we'll just bounce your merchants, please.
Sure.
Then we'll go to David, Ishmael, draw 3.
At one point, Belshazzar's mother was in this deck, and I almost wonder if she still belongs in here to.
Maybe. Is Soothsayer's male?
I believe so.
I just need to know if I need to go to Asahel or Elijah here.
Assuming male.
Okay. So we'll go to Asahel and force Soothsayers.
Okay.
So then I get a throne trigger and I draw 2.
Yep. As long as you can draw 2.
I think I was at 14 once. Yeah, that put me at 15 there.
Okay.
And we'll play Gathered Together. And a bunch of humans. Oh, that one for sure. About that one. And how about that one? Are any of your humans worth banding to?
Let's see, assuming you have hand limit on Abigail, probably not.
Yeah, because your deck is still protected with Storehouse and TFA, so even if I brought in Daniel into Gabriel, I couldn't discard something from you. That would be about the only thing that I could think of that would be, like, advantageous here, you know what I mean?
I guess, you could ban to Noah if you want to convert him and prevent cards, but,
But then he can just bounce him, so that's
right.
Not really relevant. I'd ban to your David if I could.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not really going to work for me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 there. So we will draw 3 with Abigail.
I guess if you don't hit hand limit, you could ban to Meshach to draw 1 if you'd like.
No, that's okay.
All right.
Prosperity Soul, which is not currently being negated by anything, yeah?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so we'll discard into the winds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15. Stressed back down. 14. Joshua is going to underdeck your Book of the Covenant, please.
Could have just done Soothsayers,
Then,
you know, get it over with.
Do what?
Could have just done Soothsayers, get it over with. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. I could have done it that way. And then Ahimelech will bounce Soothsayers to your hand.
Yep.
So then I get those 3 cards back? Yes, no, maybe?
3 cards. Oh, yes.
I'm at 14.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, because I don't.
So.
Now we get into this problem.
You know what that means? It means it's time to phone a friend.
Yep. It's on camera, so we gotta get an answer right away, you know.
Exactly.
There's no way we can edit this video or anything, so. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go get a die for my large tree, because Heavy's about to get huge.
I thought I was going to kill him, to be honest.
Okay, never mind. I think my dice are over there.
Hey, Marcus, you're on stream again because we have 2 national champions here that don't know how to play the game.
Okay.
So I'm at 14 cards in my hand. I have 3 cards set aside by Soothsayers, and Soothsayers leaves play. What happens to the 3 cards?
Goes to your hand and other one. Don't know.
Oh, perfect. I love hearing you say, I don't know. Well, and that's kind of where we were at, is we're fairly certain that 2 go back. The question is, what happens to the 3rd one, presumably discarded. But then the question was more, do I pick which 2 go back to my hand? Is it random? Because one of them is Christian Martyr, so it might be relevant.
Maybe it just, like, you know, it gets left set aside.
I get to pick. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate you. Bye. Marcus says we're not equipped to handle that situation, and he doesn't know. I love hearing those words from Marcus. He says that because I set them aside, I get to pick which 2 go to my hand and the other gets discarded.
Makes sense.
So I think we're going to take Proclamation and Martyr and let Deceiver go by the wayside.
All right.
Gather Together goes away, and I got a soul there. Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, I suppose you can have the darkness.
Okay.
That's you at
That's
4?
Always wanted. I'm at 4. You're at 2?
2.
You haven't played the big 2 yet.
That is correct.
I'm at 16 cards. I gotta play some stuff here. There's an artifact face down. That is a storehouse over there.
I feel a little sad that you decked out before I did.
Throne decks, man. What are you supposed to do?
Dad.
There's a Majestic Heavens. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Dad.
There's a Captain. There's a Horseman.
Oh man, you're kind of like, the feet is a little weird. Kind of like jumping around a little bit.
Hey, jumping around. That's weird.
I don't know if it's like the frame rate with the lighting or something. That like.
Oh, maybe.
Could just be the connection. I don't know. Your voice is fine though, so doing alright.
Okay, that's good. 3, 4, 4, 2. Yep, wait, everybody, JJ. Okay, go to bed now,
wave
buddy.
at the other camera here. Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Yeah, so which one did you like get discarded?
Let Deceiver get discarded.
Harsh, but understandable.
We're going to play a Good Woes and target your Majestic Heavens on the off chance that you use 5 searches and let me underdeck 5 cards here. Most because I'm pretty sure that's what you would like name with Soothsayers when I can't set aside a bunch of cards, so there's that.
That, yeah, makes sense.
Just going to discard AOCP? Like, I'm probably not going to need that.
AOCP. What is that?
Yeah, dude. It's so good. Alright, I'm at 8 cards. You can go.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded if you played that, actually.
I can figure that you would.
The end of your turn, I am going to take this cast into Lion's Den to my hand.
Okay.
And I will draw
That's
3.
cool.
Hunter. Do I want to use the Hunter? I think not. We'll use my 3 woes, though, to, I think, negate your distressed.
Okay.
And I am going to play my Guardian. So I'll just put it over here. And I think we'll put down Bad Merchants. Put down Soothsayers, and I think I'm gonna name I think we're just gonna name Lurking. Yeah. And I will play Faith Unbowed.
Mm-hmm.
And I banish it, protect neutral cards, and my good cards, my evil cards this turn. And then I think we'll suppose it might be good just to get that over with. How many cards we got left in here? 5. Alright, I will activate the Bronze Laver. Going to underdeck 5 evil cards.
Yep.
And we'll draw these 5 other cards.
Yep.
I suppose I should put the Lost Soul down.
Probably.
Yeah. We're going to play Chariot, rescue my Noah. And then we'll play Second Coming to grab Chariot.
Will you shield to underdeck the
Muscles are protected. Muscles are protected.
Oh. Right. By what?
The Lost Souls are protected.
Because of Faith Unbound.
Yes,
Gotcha.
and your
I was trying
Melchizedek.
to figure out what they were protected by. I forgot you played it. That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah, and your Melchizedek.
Oh, sure.
And then we'll play Chariot and rescue David.
Yep. 4-4.
All comes down to this. Alright, so you're... Oh. That's funny. Let's see, you didn't set aside cards for Soothsayers, did you?
Correct. I did not set aside cards for Soothsayer. My hand was protected. My storehouse is down now.
Oh, right, okay.
And I think it would have been 8, which would have included lurking. So probably wouldn't have worked out for me.
Right. Okay, so your enhancements are regardless of protect abilities, because Joshua is down.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been... Well... No, that's right. I didn't have Oath of Purity before I drew. Okay, we're good.
Right. Because I underdecked it with Joshua, you had to use labor to get your second coming, but by doing so, you couldn't get your Oath of Purity up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you would have had a way to do it anyway, but...
Right. And you just got Storehouse last turn, right?
Correct.
So you haven't taken anything with it.
Correct.
Because I think we're just going to... yeah. Just go to my attack, see what happens here. So let's go with, yeah, we'll go with this whole crew here, not doing any of their abilities, except we'll ban to Michael instead of Gabriel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's see what you got.
I'm going to go with probably not enough.
That is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I think if I'd had one more turn to get to plot or scattered out of my reserve, I would have been able to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I just well, I suppose yeah. After one more turn, you probably kill my Soothsayers.
Well, frankly, I'm at 4. If I'd gotten one more turn, I just would have won my turn.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that was definitely a close one.
Well, I'm gonna try to block.
Yep.
I'll block with Gomer, and I'm gonna hand to. Are any of your guys over there CVP?
Just Nebby. Here's CDN.
What does he do?
Command to a Babylonian or toss the next enhancement played by opponent. If the Danny heroes in play, you can convert him to a hero after battle. Oh, and he's also 12-11. I did not get the die.
Ooh, got that going for him, eh?
Here, we'll give him an Allen wrench.
There you go. That's his counter.
Strong man.
Yep. Okay, that's cool. We'll
can put together my chair.
That's what I figured it did. Ban to a serpent. Really wish I could paralyze one of your dudes. That's fine. Minus.
Yep.
You're preventing the next enhancement I play, yeah?
Yep, not Daniel.
Oh, cool. That's super awkward. Daniel is negating soothsayers, right?
Yeah, suppose he is.
I'll play lurking.
Yep.
Play confusion, and I'll name. I'll name Daniel's Prayer.
Alright. I think it's in my discard pile. But you can look at my hand here.
Oh, okay. All right. The answer is you have plenty.
Enhancements do instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got DOU.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is currently, if you play it, going through 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of protection.
Are you counting my Melchizedek?
Yep.
Yeah, 4. It's pretty crazy. Obviously, I need to support with Chronicles as well to stop your endless whatever over there, your negate card. But yeah, you have enough enhancements to use with Guardians, so you're good there. Yeah, that was clutch. Yeah, and that's why I was debating what to name. I should have just known that you had Eyes to See in your hand, but I just couldn't remember like what else you may or may not have played. For some reason, I felt like you hadn't played Daniel's Prayer.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, after you play Confusion, I think I take Cast into Lion's Den anyway, because I'm pretty sure that the only thing you have left is DOU.
Oh, sure, yeah, that makes sense. So, good game, close game.
That was.
I think that's the thing about the Daniel deck. I think it's really good, but I do think, I mean, there's a lot of fast decks out there that it is a race deck, and obviously you're playing the Guardian, which helps you win that race. But
right.
if I get Storehouse a turn earlier and I'm holding either Scattered or Plot, that's a very different final attack there.
Right. Well, and also,
frankly, even if I had Unsuccessful, that's a very different final block there.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, depending on like what I think you have, like I mean, if you have another battle winner like that, then there might be a different way for me to attack. Like I mean, I think like I might even just go solo Joshua, and he gets initiative for me to play Oath of Purity, and I can just use your offense to take out your evil characters.
Or I can play the Martyr.
Right. You did still have that.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure that your whatchamacallit would have protected him that turn.
Oh yeah.
If he'd gone that way.
Right. Oh.
The other option though at that point, if you attack with solo Joshua, I'm blocking with Medium and Endor and putting Fifth Seal in.
Oh sure.
I don't know what you would have had left at that point. Casting the Lion's Den because he's white.
Right. Yeah.
So that might have been enough.
Yeah.
But then I could have potentially played Lurking though. You play Casting the Lion's Den and then I have Lurking into another evil character.
Right. Yep.
Also, potentially, if you're attacking Joshua, you're not negating stuff, so I can just block Persian Horseman, who's going to get initiative against him. And
no,
grab
he's only 5'2".
Oh, I thought he was 5'3".
Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? With Gideon's Ephod active, though, then I have to go with someone else.
Yeah, say with Ephod, he enters battle, and I say, cool, thanks, he's dead.
Then I just go home and cry.